Alright, so this is going to be another movie review. This one's called Love Streams, 1984. I'm giving it 2 out of 5 stars. I just liked it even more than Dirty Dozen or Mikey and Nikki. And of course, Rosemary's Baby is one of the greatest horror flicks of all time. But this one kind of stinks. It's on a list of top 100 movies of all time. It's another John Cassavetes movie, and the only interesting parts are the dream sequences of John Cassavetes' crazy sister going through the divorce, and it's basically a soap opera, pretty much. John Cassavetes is a drunk womanizer guy from 1984. And, he goes to the nightclub to watch this comely singer, and then he goes after her mother for some stupid reason. And then his kid shows up that he hasn't seen for 10 years or whatever. And the kid starts getting freaked out about his libertine lifestyle, smoking cigarettes. John Cassavetes' sister is married to what's his name? Seymour Cassel, who was good in what was the name of that film? I can't even remember. Oh, Con Man. Was it Con Man? Anyways. He plays the estranged husband. There's a bizarre family law scene where the judge is in some room, and the mother just starts going crazy, and she lies down on the floor with her head up against the floor, wide awake. She's got some kind of mental disability. She keeps having these weird dreams, like getting in a car crash or being in some kind of ballet thing. Those were the only highlights of the movie. And she loses custody of her daughter to Seymour Cassel. And Seymour Cassel just kind of sits there and smokes cigarettes. He's not much of a dad. The daughter is a 30-year-old brat going through her puberty and hormones. She hates her mother, so she wants to live with her dad, which happens. but her dad is not much of a father to her. So she continues her kind of belligerent, rebellious streak by cursing out her mother on the phone, things like that. And, she goes to a head shrinker, tells her to go to Europe and find some sex for some European hunk, which she doesn't find. She brings all her luggage, which is quite a lot, and she brings us to John Cassavetes' home. But first, before that, his estranged son shows up at the door. He's horrified by the libertine lifestyle. Starts to run away, and then John Cassavetes catches up to him, brings him back home. Then he brings him over to Las Vegas right when his sister arrives from Europe, and he starts doing the drunk womanizing thing. Leaves his kid in the hotel room. The kid demands to be taken back to his mother, which happens, and the stepfather punches out John Cassavetes. He goes back there, and his sister is like putting flowers everywhere, getting goat pets and miniature horses and ducks and little chicks, and a big pit bull. Looks like a pit bull dog named Bill, I think. And John Cassavetes just has this look on his face like he's horrified at all this. And then she goes crazy and starts doing her laying on the floor routine, putting herself into trance. The doctor comes over to check her out, and then John Cassavetes tells the doctor who's making a house call. He's living in some kind of a rich neighborhood in Ventura or somewhere, and a nice big house. He tells the doctor to beat it. He starts talking to his sister, like snap out of it kind of situation. She does snap out of it, and she goes to the bowling alley to find a new boyfriend. And John Cassavetes has his jukebox. He likes to meditate at his jukebox. It's just a soap opera, pretty much, of depraved and disabled people going through divorce and whatnot. It's kind of, I don't know, it could have been more amusing and a little bit more black humor. It was interesting to see Seymour Cassel. And I've seen him in at least a couple movies, I think. But yeah, I got the digits of my coworker, the chubby Filipina. But then yesterday she revealed herself to be a Trump hater. She posted this group chat on Google Hangouts at work about Trump getting the COVID-19 supposedly. I said the test was completely fake because he's got mild symptoms, i.e. common cold, not the lung infection that's supposedly goes along with the COVID-19. So I said that test was bunk. It tests for all the other coronaviruses besides the COVID-19. Uh, that didn't go over very well. Then my boss chimes in that Trump deserves to die from the COVID, which is pretty obnoxious. And then she goes, well, the chubby Filipino goes, well, yeah, I agree with that. And it's pretty sick that people actually want Trump to die, or they think he's worse than Hitler. But that's how these people think. And I was waiting for chubby Filipina to call me this weekend to invite me to her church, but it didn't happen, which is fine. I don't want to deal with somebody who's into politics and change.org and all these crappy democratic Bolshevik organizations. I don't want to be involved with that, really. And so it's not a big loss if she doesn't call me tomorrow. But I was thinking about bringing my son to her church. I mean, if I have to go through all the ridiculous health dictates, it's just to see if she's at all serious about getting involved with somebody who's 28 years older than she is. I'll just tell her I've got 350 years to go. Anyways, I'm going to check out my pork chop. I think it's done. And we got... this is Canon Flick, by the way. I love streams. But I got this one, Mata Hari, 1985. It was rated X, but Canon cut out some kind of statue orgy to bring it down to an R rating. It's kind of silly, but Mata Hari. And then, what else do I got for tomorrow? Street Smart, 1987, Christopher Reeve. And almost done with Bloodfist 6, which is not one of the better ones, in my opinion, despite what I've been told. I like 4 the best so far, but I think I'll have time to watch it tomorrow, honestly. My son has, we've got the family class at 10 a.m. Then I got to go back to San Mateo to pick up his religious studies, catechism materials. So there's that. But it's going to be a crazy day tomorrow. I better let you go eat my dinner and then crash out for about 9 hours. I got about 9.5 hours of work, which is kind of mediocre. I had really quick routes in Oakland and San Francisco, 19 stops and 18 stops respectively. But ran into a couple snafus, so I was able to extend them actually longer than what they would have been under normal circumstances. But still, only 9.5 hours, pretty low. Always try to shoot for 14, but on a Saturday, but I always end up with 10 or 9.5. I think they're catching on to me with my double overtime. So that's unfortunate. But Yeah, I'm gonna go check on my pork chops right now and crash out. Hopefully, get one or two movie reviews in tomorrow later's.